Imagine a world where stress balls meet the wild card nature of a random item generator. Yes, folks, it's like every college student's nightmare of surprise pop quizzes, but with a twist of hilarity. The contestants are handed tools that range from weird to wacky for breaking these stress balls, turning the whole experience into a roller coaster of unpredictability that's just as entertaining as watching your roommate attempt to cook instant ramen. As the challenge rolls on, those stress balls start to become more irresistible than the last slice of pizza at a late-night study session. With each satisfying rupture, our contestants are raising the stakes. Talk about pressure. The audience is glued to their screens, just waiting to see who will deliver that satisfying crack, like they just hit the jackpot on a late-night infomercial. Contestants are getting real about the sheer joy of obliterating stress balls. It's a therapeutic experience that mixes chaos with satisfaction, kinda like the joy of crumpling up an essay you forgot to turn in. They highlight how breaking stuff can be oddly therapeutic, giving us a glimpse of how delightfully destructive stress relief can be. Who knew competition could feel this good? Now, let's turn up the heat, literally. One participant decided to melt a stress ball, and what followed was a scene straight out of a slapstick comedy. Picture this: steam rising, chaos ensuing, and laughter erupting, as the unpredictability of this experiment adds a splash of spontaneity to the mix. It's like a science project gone hilariously wrong, and we're all here for it. As the shenanigans unfold, the banter between contestants absolutely shines. It's like watching a group of friends roast each other while trying to tackle an oddly stressful situation. How relatable. Their reactions to the gooey insides of the stress balls serve up the humor, proving that sometimes, laughter is the best way to deal with a messy situation, just like cleaning up after a party you didn't quite plan for. Have you ever seen a hedgehog stress ball?
No?
Well, now we can say we've seen it all. Each new kind of stress ball, from a color-changing hero to the spiky critter, adds a touch of novelty to the competition. Every squish is a revelation, and it's like a surprise party where every guest is a little squishier than the last. Who knew stress relief could come in such bizarre forms? These brave souls are taking playful competition to new heights using everyday items like dental floss and butter. Yes, butter. As their secret weapons to pop stress balls. The unpredictability of it all brings a delightful twist that keeps everyone on the edge of their couches. They've officially turned ordinary into extraordinary, or as we like to call it, college student creativity. Now let's talk about mess. The challenge takes an episode of a culinary show and twists it into a messy disaster. Participants are navigating through gooey contents, and honestly, it looks like a food fight gone sideways. This adds hilarious slapstick moments that are bound to get some giggles, reminding us all that getting messy is part of the fun, just like our last group project. Throughout the showdown, the friendly rivalry is as palpable as the scent of ramen in the dorms. They're not just breaking stress balls, they're channeling their creative energies into one epic face-off. This camaraderie lends an uplifting vibe to the video that's just as enjoyable as chilling with your pals at a weekend hangout. At one point, our host leans into nostalgia by likening the contents of a stress ball to a Krabby Patty from SpongeBob SquarePants. It's a fun trip down memory lane. This hilarious comparison adds a layer of relatability, resonating well with viewers who grew up watching our favorite Sponge. And let's be honest, who hasn't daydreamed about that delicious burger during a late-night study session? As the participants experiment with blending stress ball ingredients into something resembling a burger smoothie, well, let's just say it's every bit as messy as it sounds. This inventive twist shows how chaotic and unpredictable their endeavors can be, keeping the audience glued to their screens, wondering if they'll be served a smoothie or a science experiment gone rogue. The competition heats up as the hosts dive headfirst into an epic duel to break open stress balls for the glorious rewards inside. Talk about stakes. This friendly rivalry honestly turns up the excitement, like that last-minute study sprint before finals. You can practically feel the tension in the air, and it makes for some seriously entertaining viewing. Next up, a banana weapon. Yes, folks, you heard right. Our contestants turn an ordinary fruit into a comedic prop. It's all fun and games until someone inevitably slips on it, but hey, that's the charm of this competition. The ridiculousness of using a banana for destruction adds a lighthearted twist that keeps everything fresh and funny. Through it all, the interactions among participants, full of playful banter and camaraderie, create an atmosphere that's as engaging as a late-night Netflix binge. Their friendly rivalry is the cherry on top, making sure that the entire challenge is a joyful romp that's just as enjoyable for viewers as it is for them. With unique stress balls like gummy bears and cubes entering the scene, the competition just keeps getting zanier. Each new ball not only poses unique challenges but adds a surprise element, heightening that unpredictability factor. It's like unboxing your next best friend. You never know what you're gonna get. The creativity flows as participants repurpose everyday items like toilet paper into their stress ball demolition strategy. This showcase of improvisation is a thrill ride that keeps everyone guessing, reminding us all that when faced with challenges, it's creativity, or perhaps a dash of chaos, that gets us through. The fun continues as participants dive into lighthearted teasing and friendly jabs. Their back-and-forth banter is sharp enough to cut through the tension, adding an entertainment layer that proves how fun competition can be when you've got friends by your side, even if they're moments away from getting splattered with goo. But wait, there's a twist. The unexpected element of surprise with the mystery stress ball brings shock and laughter. As participants face the unknown, the humor injected into each moment guarantees viewers will stay tuned, eager to see what delight or disaster awaits inside.